what you've done essentially is created a guideline for optimizing your health and your body.
Yeah, I've always wanted to be healthy from a really early age, like 12 or 13, and read a lot of books, wanted to do the right thing, tried to figure out the hacks before they were called hacks, and got to the point where I was doing a lot of running because aerobics was supposedly going to make you live longer. I was eating complex carbohydrates and a ton of them in order to fuel the aerobics. I became a pretty good endurance athlete, but I fell apart as a result of the training and the result, it turns out, of the diet. So the diet was very pro-inflammatory, as we say. So I started doing research into the ways in which I could re-access this health that I was seeking from the early age. And not fall apart and not be decrepit and beat up. And this became my mantra: is how can I be strong, lean, fit, and healthy with the least amount of pain, suffering, sacrifice, discipline, calorie counting, portion control, and everything else. And where it led me was down this path of looking at human evolution and how we got to where we are today, how we derived this genetic recipe that we all have that wants us to be strong and fit, combining the research only in the last 10 or 15 years with the modern genome and sequencing the genome and figuring out the actual mechanism of how lifestyle behaviors and foods and sun exposure and sleep turn genes on or off. And they can turn on genes that make us strong and build muscle. They can turn on genes that burn fat more efficiently than, say, glucose. They can turn off genes that cause us to be moody and depressed, turn off genes that might predispose us to get cancer. And what I arrived at was a sort of a simple set of guidelines, these 10 Primal Blueprint laws that, not ironically, emulate human nature and human behavior for the first 2.5 million years of our existence. So the genome was forged in this crucible of eat plants and animals, avoid poisonous things, move around a lot at a low level of activity, sprint once in a while, lift heavy things. Every human that ever lived up until 10,000 years ago did that every single day, and that's how those genes got passed along to the next generation to become us. Where we've